Coming up, we discuss John's experience at Universal's Mardi Gras. Welcome to the SeeWDW Near and Far podcast, where we explore perspectives of the Walt Disney World Resort from 10 to 1,000 miles away. I am Mike the Far in this equation.
And I'm John, the Near.
All right, as I said, today we're going to discuss John's trip to Universal's Mardi Gras. We're taking a little bit of a break from the Weird Disney Park series this week and probably next week as well, because we have something a little different coming to you next week. So, John, how did your week in the parks go?
Well, I actually went to the parks 3 times this week, and the last one we'll save because that was Mardi Gras. But last Sunday, I decided to go to the Magic Kingdom, and I think the main reason I wanted to go, this was closer to when I haven't seen a lot on Tron, and I was thinking I haven't done a Tron update in a while, and once I got there, I discovered there is no updates anymore. It's just open, but only for cast members. So, but anyway, I went to the Magic Kingdom. I decided to go. I decided to walk to the Magic Kingdom because I wanted to take the monorail back because I wanted to see the Epcot construction on the way back. So I wanted to take a ride on that. So I walked over to the Polynesian, and a little side note, the walking path from the Magic Kingdom is going to close on February 13th. That effing path has it's the one thing that I was so excited they finally got it done and stuff, and they just keep messing with it. And right now I have to walk across the street to use it, and I still don't mind. Like, that's fine. I'll walk across the street for part of it. It's like whatever I need to do. But it's closing again for months. They don't know how long, but months.
What are they doing? Like, what's the purpose? Why is it closing?
I don't really know. I mean, at first they're building the new DVC at the Polynesian, the one that everyone says looks like it shouldn't be there, that you'll be able to see from the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. But theming, who cares? It's fine. But anyway, they apparently had to do the construction the last 5 feet right over the path. Like, they couldn't just do it, from there over. They had to go that way too. So we had to go across the street. So now I guess they're going to be doing, I guess they probably just don't want people walking back there right now because you have to walk right by the construction site. And they're going to start building it up now instead of just site work. So I don't know. It's probably a safety thing or something, but I don't know. I'm just so... For me, the Magic Kingdom was my least favorite park because I have really bad luck. And every time I would go there, I would get stuck or be in this giant line or literally ride the monorail back with 8,000 people just smelling gross, sweaty people all around me. And I literally would hate it. And since they made that path, it feels great. When I leave, I can just walk. I don't care what time it is. I will walk back. I don't like to be beholden to Disney for transportation because they let me down so many times. So many. And again, I'm sure most people don't have that problem. I'm lucky like that, I get a lot of, if it happens one time all day, it'll be that one time I'm there,
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I decided to walk to the Magic Kingdom. And again, it's a couple mile walk. You can see here it's a beautiful day for a walk. So, and first I went to the Polynesian. Um, just always nice to see the Polynesian. Let's see. And then from there, I walked to the Grand Floridian, and I didn't record any of the construction parts, but I did want to mention though, I saw a horse and carriage wedding there. You can
Oh
see,
wow. Huh.
and the guys wear all white and white wigs. Like, I don't know, it's a little weird, but I get what they're trying to do, but kind of unreal looking, don't
I
you
was
think?
kind of looking. Yeah, I'm making sure that that's not Paula Dean up there in the carriage or anything. You know,
I didn't see who's in there. I just did a quick shot going by, but yeah,
because
look at that white horses.
she's been known to dress certain types of
Oh
people
yeah,
and
I didn't even
things.
get what you were saying. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they literally dressed these guys up in all white and white wigs. They look like
Wow. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't seem like the new Disney I know. That looks a little off.
it's a little weird. It is a little weird. So weird Grand Floridian or weird wedding
Yeah.
pavilion.
I mean, that's look at that thing. That's like a glass
Yeah, it's
carriage.
like
It's pretty
Cinderella's
cool.
carriage before it
Yeah.
turned to pumpkin.
Yeah, this trip alone is probably like 50 grand. So
That's what I was thinking.
they probably looked over at me and said, "Look at that dirt, that loser taking my picture and trying to have it away." Now I did it real nonchalant. I didn't stop or anything. I was like, "Ch-ch-ch-ch." I'm sure they paid a lot for that, and I don't want to ruin
Yeah,
it anyway.
yeah.
There's another shot of them going
Wow,
across.
so they're even going across the road. So the wedding pavilion's over that. I didn't really see
Yeah,
it.
the wedding pavilion is on one side of the Grand Floridian, but the reception halls are all the way on the other.
I
My
see.
daughter's friend got married there. That's why I know, and she pulled up in a horse and carriage too.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
if it was this.
fantastic, though. Honestly, I know it's expensive and all that, but I guess if you want that dream wedding,
Yeah, I
that's
think
pretty
that's weird.
fantastic that they're doing something like
I
that. It
gotta say,
really
my
is.
dog started to bark now too. She hasn't. She's been sleeping all day, so
Well, she heard
she's
you on the
ready for the
podcast.
podcast. Yeah, she likes to be involved.
Yeah.
But anyway, I
She's the
thought that.
star. She is the real star of the show
Yeah.
here, John.
And then I thought I was doing a really cool walk through the Grand Floridian, which I wanted to post on Friday. And turned out I had it on slow motion, and so the whole video was messed up. So again, I'm a professional.
Mm-hmm. I
So
get that.
so anyway, I walked in reverse. You see anything in this lobby that looks like it needs to be replaced? I don't. That's what I was gonna say. I just don't really. I don't know. And Disney's doing all these cuts, but they really need to change the Grand Floridian lobby because all those complaints you hear about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, never mind the rooms, but
so I was playing with my new gimbal a little bit too, just seeing about locking it on stuff at the Magic Kingdom. So anyway, I went to the Magic Kingdom. I rode the Tomorrowland Transit Authority. Of course, it didn't stop, but the line was very, very short. And as soon as I got up there, they said, "You stand here until the whole thing runs empty." And I was like, I know. It happens so often to me. So it still took me about as long as it always does because they just ran it empty for a while I waited. So, but again, it's when Disney has me in a line or on their transportation, they like to test my patience. So I'm a better person for it.
sure.
So yeah, I rode the TTA because I was gonna post Tron, and like I said, I ended up not posting it because it's interesting, but everybody's posting it right now. People are actually there. They don't need to see me post it from the TTA, but you can still see how they have it set up and blocked. And I was going to say, almost every um, uh, YouTuber has friends that are cast members too, and they get to ride it in the front and the back, and ride it at night and the day.
Yeah. I
And
wanted to
again, I'm gonna.
say I read today that they opened up a new pathway, I think, between the circus area and the Tron area, so you can walk that way now to get to Tron. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
heard
you
that.
saw that or anything, but that's interesting. I didn't realize there was going to be a pathway there.
Yeah, you can see the path. You know, to me, it went pretty quick at the end because it looked so terrible, and then once they clean it up, it goes quick.
Mhm.
But I did also go. After I rode that, I went to look at Splash Mountain.
Oh, why torture yourself, honestly?
One of the reasons I did was because I never realized. You see, Brer Rabbit's head here. There's his nose. There's his eyes. There's his ears. You ever noticed that before?
I've never noticed that. No.
And you see it now. There's Brer Rabbit right here. His ears, eyes, nose. That's his snout there. It's like once you see it, then you see it, Then you can't like unsee it. It's like there's Brer Rabbit. There right there's his
Where's his
eye.
eye? That's an eye right there, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now I see it. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness.
Brer Rabbit. And see this snout here and the
Yeah.
mouth?
Is that the
Brer Fox
fox?
is in there too, but he's not as easy to see. But Brer Rabbit is real. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's like there's Brer Rabbit right at the top of Splash Mountain.
I'm
It's like
so like I'm just like all these years I've never seen that. But I
I
see
wish
it
I could.
now.
I wish I could draw on it, but I don't think it lets me. Not in this program. So
Yeah.
that
That's
would be
amazing.
cool.
I've never realized that that was there. So I wonder if Brer Bear's up there
Oh,
somewhere.
maybe I can. It says edit photo. Let's see what this does. Mm, no, it looks like text and adjustments and
Yeah.
stuff. I was thinking if it lets me do it with a pen, I could draw it around in case anyone can't
So
see it.
right there's the rabbit, right there's a Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox right below
Brer
him. There's
Rabbit and
Brer
Brer
Fox.
Fox. Like I said, Brer
He even
Fox is
looks like
harder,
he's
but you can see his snout,
yeah,
and
he's snarling like you can
this
see
would
a
be his like
snarl.
eye area, I guess. So.
Isn't that cool? I've never
And
seen
the
that
other
before.
side of this, when you're coming up, this is the other side of the hidden Mickey silhouette coming up the hill.
Huh. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to probably rip all that out.
I don't know. They might.
Oh, that top's coming off. All the models didn't have that up there. That top
Oh,
is
okay.
that's a beacon of hatred. Look at it. That freaking rabbit. He deserves what he gets. But at least something great's coming because look, I mean, I'm excited.
Are they
Tron is
gonna have are they gonna have dining there? Is that gonna
yeah.
be a
That's the theme of the ride. She's looking for ingredients to make hot sauce or something, they said. So, and I have to say, I'm not an Imagineer, but I could make this sign
I was
in
gonna say that's so,
in about 2 minutes. So
so boring.
I hope they didn't pay a lot for it.
I will say this though. I did hear that the new that new I don't know if you saw the new animatronic that they're using in that new Frozen ride wherever it is, France or
But
wherever.
that's like in Japan or something,
Well,
probably.
that they are. I my understanding is that along with the it's the same technology that's in the Beauty and the Beast ride in Japan. They are going to use that on this ride, from what they're telling people. So I
Well,
mean,
that would be
if
pretty
they do,
impressive.
that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I would
So
love to see that.
yeah,
It probably won't make me want to get too wet, but
yeah.
I'll go see it. And I heard they ripped all this stuff down now, and the bathrooms were open on Sunday, but I heard they're closed now too.
They
Um,
have. I thought they took the penny machines out. Why
They were there when I was there. I actually used this penny machine here.
are they
There
Splash
were,
Mountain pennies?
yeah, Splash Mountain. There was a family of French people in front of me, and they were talking to each other for a good 10 minutes. And I literally, and when they were done, I went like that with my credit card, and the things popped out, and I'm like, I just don't. I wish I spoke French because they were having a full on family discussion. And then I went to the other one, and they were there too. And I just walked away at that point. I was like, I
Hmm.
don't care if I never get the coin. I'm just walk away. I
Yeah,
can't
I
do
haven't
it.
got those coins right there that you're looking at. I got the other ones though. Although my
Yeah, this
kids
fruit
have those
splash.
ones. My kids have those ones, but they don't have the 50th one, I think. So,
Well, I yeah I think I still have them. I don't even know where they are. Maybe in my bag. I just bought them to buy them. I don't know.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's going to be about Tiana looking for food ingredients, and they said they're not using any of this. They're not going to use the songs, and Dr. Facilier is not going to be in it. No voodoo at all, and they're not going to have the most of the popular characters won't be there. It's after all that. She bought a plantation, which I saw some people on YouTube saying that the it's a salt mine that actually used real slaves back in the day. So
Well, it was
just
based
just
on like
just
yeah,
he's
some
betting 1,000 of this one. They're worried
uh,
about Splash Mountain and making it kind of weirder and more awkward. So I don't know.
uh,
Again, it's already done. I don't even at this point. It could be pile of garbage mountain for all I care. It doesn't really mean much to me. But yeah, something else interesting too. I like to listen to these like uh, uh, I guess you'd call them like conspiracy podcasts once in a while. And the one guy was saying that there was people at the Walt Disney Company saying that the president of Disneyland, Ken Potrock or whatever his name is, has been trying to stop them from taking Splash Mountain down, not because he loves it, but because he said the guests love it. Why don't we shouldn't do it? The get because he's worried about the guest experience. And he said that from what I understand, the guy everybody hates, Bob Chapek, he actually had him 90% convinced, which is why nothing was happening. Like no announcements are being made. It just nothing happened, nothing happening. They were trying to think of a way to just pull the plug on it, I guess, or Chapek was and this other guy, and I think, and again, this could be all bull crap too. But he said that the reason that they did the Indiana Jones refurb right now, when Splash Mountain was going to go down, was because they couldn't afford the capacity and they'd have to wait to close it down to buy them more time. And again, could be complete nonsense, but it is funny that as soon as Iger got in, they fast tracked, ripped that mountain to pieces. They've never been so quick. Before it would have taken them a month to put a sign up, but they ran right out there the next day, ripping everything off, cutting holes in it, just tearing it apart. Like they had to get that thing done. So kind of weird. Like it fits, like that conspiracy. It may not be correct, but it kind of fits. And Bob Cheappack, he didn't like spending money, so he could just cancel that project.
yeah.
I'm sure that was quite attractive to him to just cancel a project. He loved cutting stuff, so it'd be like that'd be right up his alley, Be like, we could just cut that out, but anyway, I thought that was interesting. Then I was going by uh, Pirates, which is broken down constantly, so I saw it just reopened with a 15-minute wait time. So I figured, I'll go on there. So I went on that, and it was about a 15-minute wait. From there, I left, went on the monorail, and got some Epcot construction videos. And for some reason, they always do so well. That's the reason I always get them. You should see the TikTok comments I get on it. You know, I use the Moana song that I've been staring at the water for as long as I can remember. There's people posting, I've been staring at construction walls for as long as I can remember. And the TikTok people are they're pretty crappy overall, meaning they're not the nicest people, but they can be pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah,
I've been staring at the construction wall for as long as I can remember. I thought that was funny. But
it is good.
yeah, it's going quick, the construction there, but it's still
You
not
know,
going to
the
be able.
the thing about that construction though, overall, is it almost looks like everything's going to be done pretty close to at once. So when they do open that up, maybe the whole thing's going to be like boom, boom, boom. Opened up like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and these are some pictures from my daughter going to work at like 6 in the morning at Universal. Nice and empty.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah, and here's the new sign. It turns out they're not gonna wash it or anything. I think they're done. I thought maybe they'd wash the dirty background when like when I put up something new, I usually clean around it first. Like if I was doing this, I'd be like, all right, let's clean that up, put the new letters in. But yeah,
I get it,
rust.
but it actually, it makes I guess it makes that those white letters pop a little bit more.
Sure, makes it really pop well. I like that. Good idea. So anyway, I went to Epcot on Tuesday, and it was really empty. My wife ended up buying Lightning Lane for Guardians. She didn't ask me if she should. She just did it because I would have said no. That's ridiculous. So she bought it because she never gets to ride it, and we didn't decide to go till later, I guess. And she's like, "I'm riding Guardians. I don't care." So we had Lightning Lane for Guardian, but here's the weird thing. It was 4:30 when we were in the park, and she looked at her phone and it said standby queue is still available for Guardians. So she clicked it, and we also got on Guardians again by 6:30, 2 hours later. That's how empty the park was.
Wow.
And we rode Soarin', and that's how long it took, 12 minutes and 8 seconds to ride Soarin'. It was empty. And then we did the land, which was empty, but that's not really that's not really saying anything. That's often empty. But I love the land as the sun's going down, nice and the sun shining through the nice greenhouse.
Yeah.
And I did want to mention too, yeah, went on Guardians. We went into, I bought some popcorn at the Creation Shop. Oh, I got a salad again. That's what I wanted to mention. Yeah, it's settled in the middle of the road. This is probably like my fifth one now, if not more. But the General Tso's chicken salad, it was super good, then terrible, and then now it's always okay, which for me is good. So I can accept okay. It's only like an $11 salad, and the chicken's big, it's filling. I enjoy it, so I still recommend the chicken salad at the Connections Cafe. So anyway, we rode Guardians twice that night. So 2 Guardians and Soarin', and all that within, let's say, probably like 2 hours. So, and we had dinner at the thing. So, yeah, it was a quick visit to Epcot. So, I guess this brings us on to Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Let's get into Mardi Gras.
That the theme for Mardi Gras this year is Carnival, however you want to pronounce it. And here we can see the big sign at the studios. And we always love the Mardi Gras here. Like, and it's weird too, because I'm not like a party person at all. But this is as close as I get to a party as watching the parade, because it almost feels like you're at a wild party or something. And I don't want to go to a wild party, but it is kind of fun when you're there. So I thought that was interesting. We did. They have the king cake around. 13.99 for king cake though. So I didn't get that. It must be pretty big. We did get the beignets though for 6.99, and they were good. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the beignets. And again, we're not reviewing the food here because I don't like most of the menu, and I'm not that picky. But jambalaya. I'm not a seafood guy, so we got the shrimp and crawfish in there. I don't like that. Shrimp gumbo. I don't like that. Um, I know I'm weird, but I always considered shrimp to
Yeah.
be basically bugs that live in the ocean. That's not
I was
something I
gonna
want.
say there has to be a po' boy somewhere. Right there it is.
Tomato po' boys.
Mm.
Um, I I I guess I could try that, but I don't know. I'm not a big tomato guy, but fried green tomato might be good. Um, Poutine with short rib gravy, that I could probably eat. But again, I don't know. The menu really isn't for me. I did get a twisted tater though with parmesan. You can see the twisted tater with parmesan. They're good, but basically twisted taters are always there. They're there at or they're not always there, but they're there at Halloween too.
Yeah,
So
they're there for every festival, right?
yeah,
Every
we
event.
had them. So twisted taters. Um, yeah, they give you four in a bag. They're not real big, but you can see in the bag there. They're
Hmm.
but they're good though. So I shared some twisted tater. I had some beignets, and then we went over to the tribute store. Hey, look, a beignet with Rip Ride Rocket in the background. That's a good picture. And they moved the tribute store now too. The tribute store was always in the New York section.
Yeah.
Now it's over in the Hollywood section. Near it's across from like the Bourne Spectacular in that area.
Hmm.
And I don't know why they've been moving stuff around a lot lately. They must be doing something behind the scenes. Tribute store was pretty cool, but it wasn't as good as when it's in the New York section. I mean, it still had its cool, like this particular room had a real Halloween vibe to it. So that was pretty cool. It was like a tree inside and stuff. But it, like I said, it was definitely less than when it was over in New York. And maybe it'll go back to New York too. Maybe it won't. It's still well done. Universal Creative always does a great job. But uh, again, it just there's Donald Duck. Here it
Oh,
is. They took care of look, the Donald Duck. It's his severed head on a bench.
oh my gosh.
But anyway, the merchandise is nice. It always is. I think my wife got one of the shirts there. Um, I I have a look here at some of the treats that they have. Of course, I go too fast to actually see any of them. But they have different cakes, and I don't know. I'm not really into eating much fluorescent food, but it looked pretty decent. But again, if I would have tried that, I probably would have got sick because I'm just not into that kind of
There's
thing.
a lot of sugar there, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I like sugar, but like I said, I can eat a large amount of stuff, and that's probably my problem. But yeah, see,
Food
trifle
coloring. Yeah.
good.
Wow.
There's a I don't know what that is, but looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, the tribute store has a few rooms to it. It definitely has the tribute store vibe yet, but it's just not quite as as in depth as when it's in the New York section. So I and then from there we got a spot for the Mardi Gras parade. And they start out, they have a band coming down, and then they do an announcement. And I don't know if you've never been there for Mardi Gras, but they do the
No.
police thing. The police drive around in circles on motorcycles, and I'm pretty sure it's not the real police, although I never really looked close because the police like to do fun stuff too. So maybe it is. If it's not, they got good costumes. They could fool people. But
Now
yeah, so
you're supposed to be on a float at some point, aren't you? Or
this Monday I'm gonna be on the float. Yeah,
okay.
but not yet though. Um, and yeah, this is an example of where we'll be on a float like this. See how the people throw out beads, and it was pretty fun. I literally had a bunch of beads that right there you just saw I caught one.
Yeah.
That was my hand that popped out in front of the camera, so I'm recording and catching beads at the same time. And I always remember on the last day Universal was open in 2020 before the shutdown for unspecified virus reasons. um, I was at Mardi Gras, was the last place I was. So I'm out catching beads and stuff. So again, wasn't being very careful considering the whole world was shut down the next day for out of fear. I was out catching beads. But I always remember that when I look back at this thing. But
Wow.
yeah, the parade is very, like, I've got the entire parade on my Instagram account. I went live there, and I did it just so that people that could watch it and stuff. And this just shows you the people there. Like, if you watch it at the end, like at the horror makeup show, it starts there and ends there, so it goes around the park. If you're there at the end, apparently there's a bunch of other people there egging on the people to do crazy stuff at the end. And they're shaking their butts and jumping around, and like, because they're like, your last chance, do it. So it was funny to see, like, here they yell at this person, do it, and they do a little like leg thing. And
Oh.
like, it's amazing but these things, though, to see them in real life, they are amazing floats. Like the colors and the lights, and the music is great. And like I said, the performers are all really, really good. And it really is just a good time. Yeah, here's another one where they're yelling to do it at the end. So it's like that's something that just happens at the end.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that they did little add-ons at the end when they're cheered
Well,
on like
I don't
that.
know if they're supposed to or not, but they definitely do. Um, yeah, I was trying to see where
How
the
do
other.
is that what they said? Is that all they said is do it, and or what did they?
Yeah, the people seem to know what they meant. So
Okay. Wow. All right.
yeah, I thought I had a lot more than that, but when I look at stuff in, oh yeah, there's one of them. I was gonna say there's some other crazy ones too. Like they're yelling at this guy, do it. And again, maybe they know each other or something, but
They
they're pointing
must.
at him, and
There
they're
has to
basically,
be some
there's a
connection.
group of like young guys over there, and they're all saying, do it. And they're like, last chance, do it. And so, and again, they were all doing different stuff, but they were all trying to do something crazy to appease the crowd. Look, here's another guy. Oh, they're trying to appease the crowd. They're yelling at him to do it. So again, eventually somebody do it because they're saying, do it. It's like, I didn't really get that one as much because I was at second row. But
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, that it really is a good time. Watching the floats go by, catching the beads. It really is a really good atmosphere. And again, I don't like real parties, but you almost feel like you're in one. What with the performers going by, and everyone's putting their hands up trying to get beads, and people are catching them and throwing them, and it really is a good time. I wouldn't say that I would travel to Universal just for Mardi Gras, but if you were here, it definitely is worth going. Like if you were doing a trip to Disney right now,
Uh,
I would definitely have to get you a ticket to Universal just so you could see Mardi Gras. It'd be worth it, you know.
yeah, I would love
Like
that.
you should fly all the way down here just for Mardi Gras, though. But,
Yeah.
so anyway, that is about it for Mardi Gras. I Yeah, for me, that's about all I do. We tried the food, we saw the new tribute store, we watched the parade. The park closed at 7, so that was about it. We walked over to Islands of Adventure to get some clothes. I bought a new shirt. The Universal security was following me around, so I figured I need a good vibe shirt because I to throw them off for next time.
Why were they
I,
following you around?
I got pointed out as to who they are, the undercover ones, and I rode Rip Ride Rocket, and I gave my phone and all my stuff to my daughter to hold while I go on there, and I have Express. It only took a few minutes. Well, I got off and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I'm like, I should have just got a locker because now I have no phone. I don't know where they are. So I was walking all over. And I guess just the way that I was walking around, like I was looking for something, I guess that's the same way somebody that was looking for trouble would walk around. I don't know.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? I'm just walking around
Yeah.
like looking and I wasn't acting normal because I wasn't shopping or anything. I was looking for my wife and daughter to get my stuff back, and I didn't know where they were, and I can't communicate. So, but anyway, I guess that makes me look a little weird. I can be like a fast walker. I was probably walking angrily, thinking they couldn't stay there for 3 minutes. That's all. But anyway, and the only reason I knew they were undercover is because my daughter works there, and she mentioned earlier. She said, "You see those people over there undercover?" She goes, I see them in the back, so I know who they are,
Uh,
and and I don't care. I don't do anything wrong there anyway, but I just happened to notice when I was pacing around in circles looking for them that one of those people was kind of watching me. I was like, yeah, I would watch me too. So then I said, for next time, I got to get this good vibe shirt. Throw
uh-huh.
them off the track. They're like,
They
oh, he
were
wants.
wondering that. I wonder if that's that guy that's been putting those videos up there where there's no cameras allowed. He was probably in the Jurassic River adventure. He's the Jurassic River adventure guy.
Speaking of that, look at that view.
Wow,
This is
that looks
again.
great.
Those of you who watch this far are allowed to know the Insta 360. What is it? Go to or something? I think it's called. But anyway, that's what took this thing, and it's pretty darn smooth too. Like, look at that. This is not that smooth
Yeah.
of a roller coaster, so it's it works great. I really need to get to Velocicoaster with this camera. Like I did it, but I did it at night, and at nighttime it's just not that great. Yeah, look, you can see the crowds over there. That looks so cool. You can see all the people in the street.
It's the image stabilization is amazing on that thing.
Great with that. And um, I was gonna say, I think it's coming up. Yeah, here, watch. You'll see the other train going by. Look at that. I love that
Yeah,
view.
I love that too.
Watching a train go from a train. It's like a double, like
Yeah,
going by. I love that. But
I noticed that when I wrote it, and I always thought that was so cool.
but yeah, you can see. I can get pictures from this too, like from the software. I can extract pictures. I need to get some of these pictures because like Universal Studios looks really nice from up there. You just got to get a few snapshots, and
Yeah.
it looks great. So, but
What's
anyway,
amazing about that is like right back there before, like towards the end of the ride, you're literally like outside the park. Like if
oh
you
yeah, they
go
make
by
it go to
Hard
City
Rock
Walk.
there,
Yeah, they make it go to City Walk too. It goes
Yeah.
over to City
I,
Walk.
I, I love that. And there's some great pictures over there you can get of that coaster.
But anyway, I had to add that in at the end. Insta 360 Go 2. It's small enough that the metal detector does not detect it. And again, I use it on a wrist strap, so it looks like a watch. If I had this in my pocket, it might beep and they might tell me to get rid of it because I could
Hmm.
just drop it. But when it looks like a watch and it's attached to your wrist securely and it doesn't set off a metal detector, so far I've ridden everything at Universal with it so far. I'm not. You can't guarantee they won't start saying the next time I go and take that off. So, but
Or
so
get the
far,
Velocicoaster before they catch you.
I know I got to get daytime Velocicoaster before they put a stop to that.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't.
Uh,
But yeah, just I I thought that was interesting though, and I really want to get Jurassic World or Jurassic River Adventure too. Not that you
yeah.
can't get that with your phone, but they will yell at you. They literally
Yeah.
watch and they'll come over the loudspeaker and say, "Put your phone away." And it's like, with that, I can have it on my wrist or even on my hat and just record the whole darn thing and be like,
Hmm.
I'm going to have a new YouTube video as soon as that reopens because I'll have full Jurassic, which will be great too because it'll have just reopened. So all the stuff should be working
I
hopefully.
can't
But
wait to see that drop on that camera. That drop is a doozy, man. It is like scary.
yeah, now I have recorded the drop many times because by the time you're going over, you take your phone out. What
What are
they
they gonna
can't
do?
stop it, and if they do it, everyone's screaming at that point. There's not much they
You're not
can
gonna
do.
hear it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not much they can do. So it's one of those things.
It's a fun ride. I love it.
So anyway, I look forward to doing all that stuff soon. I got Dudley Do Rights completely with it, so I'm
I
happy
saw
about
that.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to do a YouTube video of that too, because the other good thing about this Insta 360, when you download it, and I'll show you, you can download it in widescreen, which is this one, like in the YouTube 16:9, or you can do a 9:16 and do it for your phone. It doesn't matter how you record it. Oh, of course I don't have that in. Well, anyway, I think I took it out, but you can record it, and it gives you both options later. I can adjust the
Is that it right
angle
there? Right there, you have one from.
for 3 seconds, but yeah, it'll be just a
Yeah.
short. But
Okay.
but it's amazing though because I can download it in any way that I want. So like before, I was always I'm like I need it for Instagram, but man, I need it for. It'd be great to have a YouTube video just for long term. Have it up there just to have. I don't have to decide anymore. Like I said, I did Dudley do rights. I've got it both ways,
Hmm.
so no problem. Doesn't matter. So, um, and that was an unexpected thing with this. There is a learning curve with it though, meaning when you first do it, you need to program it properly. You got to watch some videos. Like the first time I went there, it recorded the Hulk in standard and I couldn't make any adjustments. It has to be in pro mode. But when it came away, it wasn't in pro mode, but the buttons all do certain things. And turns out I had to turn it on first, like with a long hold. Then one press would have done it in pro, but I had no idea. So I changed one click to pro mode because when it's not with the case on my wrist, there's only one button to press, and that's it. So you can't adjust it then.
Hmm.
But and like I said, I'm very excited for Halloween because I'm going to record each house, and the house videos will be terrible, but I'll have little clips from each. I could probably do a reel for each house that just has a few of the cool scares that I saw in for each one. That'd be just as good, you know. So
Well,
if anyone,
a lot of the houses have. Well, a lot of the houses have brighter areas, right? So
well, a lot of the scare parts too. Like if I have this thing, it's got a magnetic chest thing too, or I could put it right there. So basically, when something pops out and it's like a face, or they've had like the werewolf and the chupacabra coming right at you. If I had this thing going, I would get all that. I would get the pop and the things. And again, in the dark parts, it'll be useless. It'll look like the back of people's backs half the time. But when I go through houses, I walk slow too, which opens it up in front of me, so I'll be able
Mhm.
to see a lot more. So I'm really excited. I think this is going to translate into usable video
Yeah,
clips slash
yeah, that's
TikToks and
cool.
reels that actually work for it. So again, if anyone's watching, it's my idea. You're not allowed to do
Uh, really cool, really cool.
that.
All right, John. Uh, is that it for Mardi Gras? Then looks like
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
it
It's
all.
not a big. It's not a big event, really. Like,
Really fun though. I mean, even with it's like they're trying to turn it almost into a food festival, which is really cool. Given the ethnic nature of New Orleans style,
well,
Cajun food, but plus
yeah.
the parades and all that. So,
And just as a side note, too, it runs until April 16th. So
all right,
every
very long
night this is
festival.
going on. So if you're going to be at Universal anytime in the near future, it'll be going. So,
Cool. All right, John. How did your social media go for the week?
well, it went pretty well. I I'm still on the same path. I say it a lot that when one goes up, one goes down, whatever. My universal is on the uh, more negative view. Like I'm not getting any million views. I'm not getting even most of my stuff for Universal's been at like 50,000 if I'm lucky. I'm looking at it now. I see 20,000, 20,000, 32, 26, and that's all fine. But like a month or two ago, I would have a bunch going that were like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, just crazy high amounts. I'm down to 3.5 million in 30 days. I was up to 6, so my reach is almost cut in half now as it's going down. And if you remember, they did that to my Disney one, and it went to 1.6 or something. It went all the way down to that,
Mhm.
and then it reverses, and now it's up to 2.7. So it went to that, and it started going up. And again, it's not going up fast, but I am going to talk to a representative from Meta. Um, I have a call scheduled on. Actually, it might conflict with us, but I don't, maybe it won't. I think it's Friday. Um, I'll have to let you know, but it's not for a few weeks yet, but
Mhm.
it's at 4 o'clock. So, and it's 30 minutes, and I'm not important enough to get more. So I'm pretty sure to be done by 4:30. So,
Bro, I'm sure.
but basically, they want to talk about. They said pain points, but this is a get to know you call. And for me, pain points with social media is just never knowing what to do, like the frustrating things. Like I do a video that's all my own. Somebody else puts a sticker on it and gets 4 times the views, and it has 1/100th of the followers. And I'm like, that's a pain point for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I like people to share my stuff, but man, it's frustrating when things like that happen. And the severe ups and downs of it. It's like I just want to know what to do to add a little consistency. But I need to think of some more questions for them, I guess. Um, I besides that, let's see, my my latest rock and roller coaster video, which is actually a couple years old. It's up to 335,000 on my for my Disney account. That's good. Um, I'm up to 209,000 for Flight of Passage. I have a little clip from that. Um, for the most part, though, I'm averaging my Disney, 20. Even Splash Mountain, the most I can get is like 50. It just dies. And that seems to happen with me. No matter how quickly it goes, it dies at a certain point. Like there is no, basically, Instagram does not push my stuff anymore, meaning I'm not going to get that one that gets pushed out. And from what I'm hearing now, too, they said most of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and they said it with TikTok, but I think it's with Instagram too. You know, they say, oh, it's the algorithm, the algorithm. The algorithm controls some of it, but they said there's actual humans and they call it, what do they call it? Heating account or something. They choose who they want to do well. And so that's why, like right now, they could show this video to 1 million people and I'd probably get 500,000 views on it and likes and people would love it. But they have to decide they want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
And like Disney, my Disney account has never been friendly like that. My Universal, I have a feeling that was heated for a while. Like somebody liked it. Like there was some employee there. It's like, I love you, Universal. And they really liked Dudley Do Rights because that thing would get pushed everywhere. I get 3 million views on
Right.
nothing. And so
What's
somebody
rare,
would
it's,
buy
not a lot of people, have that video. So,
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm saying the most successful one is the one that everybody has from the
oh,
bridge. That's the
yeah.
one that got heated for me. So it can't be the video. It's just there's some 20-year-old somewhere that's like, that ride was awesome. Heat it up. Heat it up. They just, they like it. So they send it out to millions of people and they said that they use that a lot too for famous people. It's like if you're a famous Instagram guy or TikToker, your video is going to do well no matter what. It doesn't have to meet any criteria. It's going to be heated. Just it's
Well, you're famous.
only want to see it.
You're famous. You're friends with Neil Patrick Harris, so
He hasn't been talking to me lately.
Uh,
He must have been listening to the podcast.
Yeah, he's mad at you, is what it is, because you didn't go see him when he was doing the Epcot show.
He might be. I wonder what he would do if I messaged him. It's like, hey, what are you doing after the
candlelight processional?
Like, you want to go hang out, get some pizza?
Do you want to go to Universal? I got tickets for you.
We did. We literally, when he first followed the one account that I have, we messaged him back and we're like, if you ever need anything, just let us know. And he did answer. He answered back. He's like, oh, I love this and that and bravo. And like, he even typed like Neil Patrick Harris. So, but I never messaged him again because, he's a busy guy. He's very, very, very busy. So again, but I just wonder what he would say. Knowing him, he'd probably say something polite as he's like, but the translation would be, hell no.
That's right.
He'd probably be, not tonight, pal. Sorry. Then he'd probably mistake
block.
Me.
Yeah, block. Then you'd have security guards undercover chasing you at Disney World as well as Universal.
Same thing. And how many nuts are like when he first started following me, I had people contact me saying, my wife really needs to get a message to Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh my goodness.
I said block. I'm like, no, not get any. And I probably could get a message to him, but it'd be the last one.
Yeah.
If I were him, I would block me in a heartbeat after that. But I honestly though, he still follows me, but I haven't seen him like any of my stuff in a long time.
Yeah.
But again, he's kind of a busy guy. He may not sit on Instagram all day liking stuff too. So
Yeah.
it's been a while since I saw him like something. So, but yeah, so I'm at 115,000 followers for my Disney account, and I am at 117 for my Universal account. And let's see, TikTok has been kind of inching back up too. 79.4. I mean, it's not going fast, but it's going up, which I don't think there's a lot of growth going on TikTok. So I'm impressed. I did the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket on there. It's up to 46,000. Epcot construction 74,000. Much better than on my Disney account. I can tell you that. So the Hulk 151,000. That's like 3 times better than on my Universal account. So, 250,000 for this Velocicoaster. So I'm still getting love on here. All the people who hated me for posting Splash Mountain haven't been back in a while. I think I blocked most of them. But yeah, I do love the comments though. They should probably change the name of the park now. There's no coherent theme anymore. It's like, yeah.
It's not. You can't really argue with that.
Universal is 100 times faster at completing construction.
I can't argue with that either.
Yeah. Disney really knows how to kill the vibe.
Can't argue with that either.
This should have been in Animal Kingdom, to be honest. Doesn't match Epcot at all.
I can't really argue with that.
Why are they putting random attractions just any spot? MGM already lost its aesthetic. Looks like Epcot next.
Yep.
Someone explain to me how this fits in Epcot. It's like, yeah, I wish I knew where that. There's a lot of. I wish I knew where that comment was about staring at the. It's like the funny one about staring at the walls is gone, but it's just because I'm looking at it. I'm sure it's there somewhere, but. Yeah, here's my answer. They said it seems like there's less crew and Imagineer. I said they're all at Epic Universe.
That's true.
Which is going at lightning speed. But yeah, it is funny though. A lot of the funny comments just don't seem to come up. But anyway. Yeah, look, if you actually worked on it like we did and knew the business, you wouldn't be because they want to know why it takes so long. Then this guy just said, get over yourself. So apparently someone working on the project was defending how long it takes. Yeah. I don't think they should be on TikTok. It's only going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of love for the amazing amount of time that it takes to get out. I mean, for the thing with the Tron coaster, people will have a good point. It took what 6 years or whatever to build an attraction that
a
takes
1 minute
less.
ride.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it looks great. I mean, it really does. It's really awesome looking. I'm glad they put it there, but there's going to be a lot of disappointed people that wait hours to ride that thing for 1 minute,
Yeah, look, better be the best splash pad ever created. And here's the one. I've been staring at the fencing for as long as I can remember. I got 93 likes, so that was a good one. Yeah, it's funny though. Some of these kids, that are younger, it's like as far as they remember, this has always been just a pile of rubble in there. So Epcot, yeah. But anyway, I do like, as much as I don't like the people on Instagram a lot, sometimes I can't help but laugh at their comments. So they get some
Yeah.
doozies in there. So
All
yeah,
right.
that's about it.
All right, John. How can they find you online?
You can find me at SeeWDW on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, and CUO on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, and you can find me at the THEE Giant Rat on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And that should do it for this one. We will see you on the next one.